welcome to another WundaBar live workout. Today, all you're gonna need is one light dumbbell, okay, and your Pilates ring. So, for your light dumbbell, I have a 3-pounder with me today. This is your maximum weight. I would not go any higher than 3 pounds because we're gonna be doing some unilateral movement, some single arm work, and it's gonna get real aggressive and spicy fast. So anywhere from 1 to 3 pounds, and you only need one of them. Okay, you also need your Pilates magic circle. Standard size circle, we're gonna use it through the upper and lower half of the body today to find connection to the core, and this is gonna spicy things up real nice. Okay, all right, so join me and let's get started. All right, so the dumbbell is off to the side. We don't need it for quite a while. You have your ring, and we're gonna start with a wide stance today. So, your feet are gonna be wider than your hips, possibly even wider than your shoulders if that's comfortable for you today. But I'm gonna ask you for your toes to shine straight forward so your legs are parallel. Now your hands are gonna take either side of that ring. If you have a loop, it's around your forearms. If you have dumbbells, you're just gonna kind of hold them back your shoulder. Okay, right from here, you're gonna take that ring and we're gonna reach for the floor as we fold over, and go ahead and let yourself round down to the floor. So you want to let your head, neck, and shoulders just hang. Okay, keeping the backs of your legs nice and straight. You have a soft bend to your knee, but it's very minimal. So it doesn't look like my knees are bent at all. On my inhale, I'm gonna fold at the elbows and press that ring up and overhead, finding length through the waistline. Exhale, bend the elbows, round and roll down to the floor. You want this to just feel nice and fluid. Inhale, roll it up, press that ring up and overhead. So I have the ring between my hands, but I really don't need to have it, right? I'm not pressing into the ring at all. It's just giving me something to hold on to, a tactile prop that I can move up and down. Okay, inhaling up, exhaling, folding over, rounding down over those legs, keeping the legs straight. And if your knees are bent, okay, I want you to just work at straightening them a little bit more every time. You've got one more. Exhale, folding at the elbows, rounding down towards the floor. Good, hold this one down there for a little longer. Okay, we're gonna stay right here for a minute. Now I want you to just weight shift. So you're gonna shift your weight into your right foot, okay? And then you're gonna shift your weight into your left foot. So I'm getting a little sway of my hips. It's very minimal, but I want you to feel the weight transfer from one foot to the other. Okay, we're here for 4. Working on that stretch through the back line of the legs. Last 3. One side to the other. It's very, very small weight shift. Last 2. Everything is relaxed through the upper body. Good, last 1. Left and right. Good, next time your weight is centered again, you're gonna inhale and you're gonna round all the way up. Now we're gonna press that ring up and overhead. Right from here, we're gonna turn the toes out now. So we're in that standard plie form. We're gonna find one plie. So keep those arms up and overhead as you open up those inner thighs. We're gonna side bend. So on your inhale, I really don't care which way you go. I'm gonna go to my left. I'm gonna inhale up and over, lifting my ribs up out of my pelvis. And then I'm gonna inhale back to center, go the other way. Inhale up and over, keeping that plie nice and wide or nice and low, right? We don't wanna shift the plie and we don't wanna come out of it. My weight is centered now, right? So we felt how the weight shift felt in that movement just before this. We don't wanna do that here. We wanna keep equal weight between the soles of both feet. Exhaling through center. Good, inhaling, picking those ribs up and out of the pelvis. We're gonna add a twist to this, but we're gonna go one more time to the right or left, either way, whichever direction you're going. Come all the way back through center. Now, we're gonna inhale up and over and hold. Okay, now I'm to my left. It really doesn't matter which way you are. You're gonna hold this as you rotate. You're gonna twist and look at your knee. Inhale back through center and come all the way up and over. Good, go the other way. Side bend first. Okay, so that lateral reach, lifting up and out of the pelvis. You're gonna rotate or twist, look at the knee. Pull back with those transverse abdominal muscles and come all the way back through center. Good, inhale up and over, alternating sides. Find that rotation, find that twist. Come all the way back through center and bring it all the way up. One more time to the right. Inhale, up and over, or other way, right? If you're not going to the right. Twist, come back through center, and come all the way up. Now staying low in your plie, you're gonna switch your ring position. It's gonna come to the solar plexus, so base of the ribs. If you do not have a ring, you can have your hands on your hips, okay, or you can mimic a circle right at the chest. Actually, I think I prefer you to be right here, having those arms in a circle. Okay, we're gonna rotate. We're gonna find that twist a little bit more sincerely, keeping the pelvis quiet. You're gonna inhale as you rotate to the left, keeping the pelvis completely stable. Exhale back through center. Now, if you do have your ring is at the solar plexus. That is the base of your rib cage, not your belly button. That is higher than your belly button. Inhale, rotate, shoulders are relaxed. Good, exhale back through center. Good, inhale, we're not lifting up out of that plie at all. We're keeping the pelvis completely quiet. Notice how my legs don't change position at all. Good, exhale back through center. We're gonna go one more to the other direction, to the right. Exhale back through center. Now holding right here, you're gonna give me a little pulse of that plie. 1 inch up and down. We are gonna come back to this plie, but not yet. Okay, we're gonna swivel, we'll swivel into a staggered stance. Okay, and then we're gonna come back to this plie, so we'll dig a little deeper there, but we're here for 6. Good, last 5. Good, you've got 4, thinking of those narrowing of the inner thighs that pull up along the spine in 3. Good, last 2. Now you're gonna stay in your plie. My right knee, so this is important, your right knee is gonna twist inbound as I rotate to my left, and I'm gonna kneel down. Kneel all the way down on the floor. Okay, so I'm all the way down on the floor. Now, my back toes are turned under, and I'm gonna ask you to keep them that way unless this is too much pressure on your knee. If your knee is bothering you, I want you to relax your toes, okay? Your toes are turned under because we are gonna hover, but not yet. Staying right here with your ring at the solar plexus or your arms in a circle, you're gonna inhale as you rotate to the left. Okay, so you're thinking about your right ribs meeting up with your inner thigh. And then you're gonna exhale back through center. Hips are completely stable. Inhale, rotate to the left. Exhale back through center. Good, so this tight rotation, okay, knees are down, right, hips are stable, collarbone is wide. Last one with your knee down. Come all the way back through center now right here. We're gonna think of those inner thighs like a little pair of tweezers, and we're gonna pull that right knee up and off the floor just 1 inch. Hold that hover, same rotation. Inhale to the left. Exhale back through center. Good. Inhale, rotate. That inhale is important because I want you to find length from the internal body as we twist. You've got 2 more. Inhale. Exhale back through center. Good, last one. Inhale, rotate. Exhale back through center. Now carefully set your knee down, okay? We're gonna do a different sequence, but the same thing through the legs. Okay, so knee down, toes turned under, that's okay. You're gonna bring your ring between your palms. I'm gonna pull on my ring to activate my back body. So my ring is gonna come right off the chest, and I'm gonna pull outbound on my ring, just gently. If you don't have a ring, you're just gonna have your arms long in front of the body. Okay, from here, we're gonna take this ring and we're gonna wood chop it to the outside of my left thigh. And then I'm gonna bring it up and overhead, and I'm gonna side bend to the left. So lifting my right ribs out of my right pelvis. Come back through center. Wood chop to the left, so I'm twisting and I'm bringing that ring or my arms to the outside of my left thigh. I come all the way up and overhead, and I go for a little side bend. Let me give you a front view on that, keep going. You're gonna wood chop to the outside of that left thigh. Inhale, up and overhead, and side bend towards that front leg. Good, you guys, 1 more. Wood chop to the outside of that left thigh. Inhale, up and overhead, gentle pull on the ring, and and then side bend up and over to the left. Now, coming back through center, keep your ring overhead. You're gonna go for that hover. On your inhale, you're gonna hover that right knee 1 inch off the floor. Level out your pelvis. Here we go. Wood chop to the left. Inhale, up and overhead. Side bend to the left without getting any taller. Good, come back through center. 3 more. Wood chop to the left. Inhale, up and overhead. Side bend. Ribs lift, right? We lift with length. Wood chop. Inhale, up and over. Let's side bend. Ribs out of pelvis. Keep that pelvis quiet. You got 1 more. Wood chop. Inhale, up and over. Woo! Side bend. Okay, guys, hold it through center. Give me a little pulse. Little pulse those legs. Your left heel is heavier than your left toes. You're here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now right here, you're gonna swivel back to your plie. Now I'm gonna face you, but you just swivel back into your plie. Okay, so we are right here. Ring at the chest. That ring is gonna stay between your palms. I want you to make sure that you have a nice stance so that your knees are behind your toes, but in front of your ankle just a little bit. Okay, we're gonna give a little imprint to that ring. Okay, you can have your hands in prayer if you don't have a ring. Okay, right from here, we're gonna pulse that plie, 1 inch up and down. We're gonna dig deeper here. We're gonna get into those heels. So we're gonna think about the inner thighs, pulling up along the spine to lift our heels in 4, 3, 2. Okay, stay low in your plie. Let's pick up the right heel first. So we're gonna inhale as we lift that right heel open or up. We're gonna open the front side of the ankle. Exhale, lower it down. Good, inhale, open up that left ankle and set it down. Alternating heel peels. Okay, so we're looking for lots of length through that front ankle. So you want to pick up that heel as high as you can, maintaining structure and stability at the pelvis. We're not going to rock side to side. Okay, everything's nice and stable. We're low in that plie. We think about the recruitment of that inner thigh to pick up the heel. Last 4. Good, you guys, hang on. 3. Last 2, just a light imprint on that ring. Nothing crazy. Hands can be in prayer. You're pressing your palms together. The next time you have your right heel lifted, hold it there. You know what's here, right? Little pulse. 1 inch up and down. Thinking about the pull of the inner thighs up into the pelvic floor and along the spine for that lift. You're here for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Okay, set that right heel down, pick up your left heel, hold it, same thing, little pulse. 1 inch up and down. Pull up those inner thighs just like little suspender straps. Good, hang on. Narrowing into the pelvic floor. 4, 3, 2. Okay, now right here, stay low, no more pulse. Keep your left heel lifted. Let's bring that right heel up to join it. Okay, we're gonna take that ring and we're gonna press it up and overhead. Okay, or long arms up and overhead. We're gonna side bend to the right. So on your inhale, you're gonna hold it. You're gonna side bend to your right, hold it, keep your heels lifted, and now you're gonna around the world. So we're gonna circle and roll through center. Stability, right, is the challenge here. Coming all the way up and over to the left and pulling back up through center. Go the other way, try to keep your heels lifted. Up and over to the left. Round and roll through center. Hang on, you've got this. Okay, all the way up and over to the right and back 1 more each side. Inhale, up and over to the right. Round and roll through center, still maintaining length on the waistline as you come around. And up, last 1 to the left. Inhale, up and over, don't come out of that plie. Keep your heels lifted. This is your last 1. Coming all the way to the right, up and over, hold through center, and give me a little pulse right there. Tiny little pulse of your plie, heels are still lifted. Woo. You're here for 4, 3, 2. Okay, set your heels down. Don't come out of your plie. I know, I'm sorry. Bring the ring to your solar plexus, okay, base of your ribs, or a circle with your arms. you're gonna rotate to your right. So your left knee is gonna turn inbound, and we're gonna find that staggered kneel, okay? So we're getting that other leg done right away. Short circular flows today. Okay, so my back toes are my left toes. They're turned under, as long as that's comfortable with your knee, otherwise relax them. Okay, from here, we're gonna start with that twist. Your knee stays down. You're gonna inhale as you rotate to the right. Exhale, come back through center. Good, inhale. Think about your left ribs trying to meet your right inner thigh. And come all the way back through center. Good, inhale, rotate. Last two. And come back through center. Last one, inhale, twist. Come back through center. Okay, here we go. We're gonna think about the narrowing of those inner thighs one more time. If your toes weren't turned under, let's turn them under now. You're gonna inhale as you lift your left knee 1 inch off the floor. Your right heel is heavy. Let's twist. Inhale, rotate to the right. Exhale, back through center. Good, inhale, rotate. Exhale through center. Woo, 2 more. Inhale, rotate. Exhale through center. And last one, you're gonna rotate. Come back through center and set that knee down like you're setting it down on glass. Okay, stay there. Take the ring between your palms, okay, or your arms are long in front of the body. Gentle pull to broaden the collarbone and activate the back. We're gonna wood chop to the outside of the right thigh. Twist with that chop. And then you're gonna come all the way up and overhead on your inhale. Give an exhale at the top so we can inhale on that side bend. Come all the way back through center. Good, wood chop down to the right. Pulling it all the way back up through center. Side bend up and over to the right, lifting the ribs out of the pelvis. Good, you guys, wood chop to the right. Woo! Inhale, up and over, side bend. Pelvis is nice and stable here. Your right foot, equal pressure between that entire foot, toes and heel. Last time with the knee down, side bend, up and over. Okay, stay through center, keep your ring up and overhead or arms up and overhead. They are in front of your ears. You're gonna narrow those inner thighs right into the pelvic floor so we lift that knee 1 inch off the floor, hold. Ooh, here we go. We're gonna wood chop to the right. Come all the way up through center. Find that side bend. Good, come back, you got 3 more. Wood chop to the right. Come all the way up through center. Inhale to find that length and that lift. Come back. Good, wood chop, 2 more. Bring it all the way up. You got this. Inhale, side bend up and over. We can do this. Last one. Wood chop to the right. Come all the way up through center. Side bend. Keep that ring overhead as you come back. And give me a pulse. A pulse of the lower half right here. Think about those inner thighs pulling up and in. Your right heel is heavier than your right toes. You're here for 6, 5. Keep sending your right hip back as your left hip is forward for 3. Last 2. And set it all the way down. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna bridge. It's gonna feel nice after all of that. So lay down on your back. You still do not need your dumbbell yet. Just your ring, okay? All the way down on your back. Okay, the ring is gonna stay between your palms. So if you don't have a ring, you just want your elbows bent like this. That's gonna give you a little less support than if your arms are all the way down. And again, you can always put your arms down if you need to. Okay, the ring is between the palms. Light grip, it's right above the chest. We're gonna take the instep of our foot. So that's the inner line of your foot and make them touch. Your knees are gonna be open, but we're not just gonna let them open nice and wide and do whatever they want, right? We're gonna keep them hip width apart. So my knees are open and the instep of my foot is together. From here, we're gonna do butterfly bridges. So we're gonna inhale as we lift those hips off the floor, lifting to a glute engaged position to open up the front of the hips, that's it. And then we exhale and lower the tailbone. Inhale, hinging up, opening up the front of the hips. Exhale, bring it down, tap the tailbone. Okay, so right here, I just have a light hold on the ring. Nothing else, okay? So if your elbows are bent and you don't have that ring, nothing else is changing. Again, that ring is just a tactile element right here. I want you to think about length on your front body as you lift. So you're gonna feel an engagement through the glute meats, that side booty, with this butterfly position. Good, let's go 4 more. Inhale, enjoy this right here, right? Enjoy this. Releasing that low back just a little bit as well. Last 3, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Practicing leveled hips as we work. Okay, last 2. Good. Inhale, bring it up. Finding that internal length that goes with the lift. On your next one, you're gonna lift and hold. Now right here, we're gonna close our inner thighs. So close the inner thighs, open the inner thighs, and lower. I'll give you a front view too, so you can kind of see what the legs are doing, right? So insteps of my feet are together. I lift, I close the inner thighs, I open the inner thighs, and I lower. It's a lift. Close, open, and lower. Good, keep going just like that. I'm gonna get back on my mat. Good, same thing. Lift, it's a close, open, and lower. Let's go for 3 more. Lift, close, open, and lower. Last 2. Inhale, open, close, right, opening the front of your hips, and down. Last 1. Lift, close those inner thighs, open, and I lied. We're gonna take 1 more because we gotta hold it. So we're gonna come all the way up, hold, close those inner thighs, and hold. Now I want you to pulse your ring. If you have a ring, just pulse your ring. We're gonna pulse the hips next. So if you wanna already be pulsing the hips, if you don't have the ring, you're here for 4, 3, 2, hold the squeeze on your ring and pulse your hips. Keep your inner thighs closed. Inner thighs are closed. I'm going down 1 inch and up 1 inch with my tailbone. Down 1 inch and up 1 inch. Good, that's it. My inner thighs are touching. Good, we're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On your next one, you're gonna lower all the way down. Okay, now keep your narrow stance. You're gonna take your left foot and you're gonna place it inside the ring. Now, if you don't have a ring, obviously this one's a little more difficult. You're gonna bring your arms down by your side. Your left leg will be lifted in the air just like this, okay? So you're gonna get support from the ring and help. Without the ring, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. Okay, so the ring is going around the ball of the foot. Both hands are on the opposite squishy pad, okay? Now, if you need support from an arm, bring your left arm down to the floor and keep the right hand in the ring. But if both hands can be in there, go for it. Okay, arms are in the ring or on the floor. You're gonna inhale as you drive through your right side, lifting both hips, they're level, and then we're gonna lower them down. Inhale, lift, so it's a single leg bridge. Okay, without your ring, it looks like this. You're lifting and you're lowering. You're lifting and you're lowering. So we're just focusing on keeping those hips level as we lift and drive through that right side. You're gonna find the engagement of that right glute before you lower it down. You're here for 4. I have a light hold on my ring. Last 3. And lower. Good, last 2. Challenge here is to keep that pelvis level. Good, on your next one, you're gonna hold your hips lifted. Hold them up there. Okay, now right from here, you're gonna pulse through that right side. 1 inch up and down, but your left hip bone moves with your right hip bone. They go together, they go together. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower it all the way down. Okay, switch legs. We're not coming back to this bridge. Keep the instep of your foot together, so you want a narrow stance. Right foot comes into the ring or straight up in the air. Okay, we're gonna flex that foot today. On your inhale, you're gonna drive those hips up. Exhale, lower them down and tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now you may find that one side is not as stable or it's not as easy to keep level, right? One side might have not felt as challenging. Okay, this side for me is a little bit more challenging. So I'm thinking about really keeping the right hip bone level with my left hip bone as they drive together, even though I've got the resistance on that left side only. Okay, you want to think about the mid-back imprinting into your mat as you lift onto the upper parts of the shoulder blades. Good, inhale up, both shoulder blades should be equal in the mat. Okay, that imprint should be the same on both sides. All right, hang on, we got 4 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, and again, this is not a big range of motion. 3, and I know that can be frustrating at times. We want to see big movement, right? Last 2. And lower, opening up just to the hips, flat the front body, and that glute engagement. On your next one, you're gonna lift and you're gonna hold it up there. Okay, and now we're gonna pulse from that left side. Driving from that left sitting bone, we're going 1 inch up, right where the glute and the hamstring meet. That connection point is where you wanna find that movement initiating from for 8, for 7, for 6. Last 5 and 4, last 3, 2, and lower it all the way down. Okay, take your foot out of that ring. Come on up onto your knees. Okay, we're gonna come to a high kneeling. You need your dumbbell now, okay? So, your left hand will have the dumbbell. Your right hand will have the ring. Now, the ring is gonna come back to the solar plexus, base of the ribs. Your right arm is gonna circle that ring. If you don't have a ring, take your right hand to your hip. Okay, or it can be out in a T if you want a little extra work there. Okay, all right, right here. We're gonna stay right here. I'm hoping that the ring is gonna keep us upright and tall. So you wanna think sternum over pubic bone, nice and lifted through the inner thighs. If your booty is gripping, I want you to relax that. Your left arm, we're gonna take it into a 90-90 bend right at the waistline. Okay, that left arm is gonna work all by itself. On your inhale, we're gonna open up into a saloon door. So the forearm's gonna open, rotating from the top of the shoulder, okay? You're gonna take it all the way back and we're gonna hinge that arm up to a 90-90 bend. Okay, bring it back down. You're gonna open up that saloon door. Bring it back. Hinge. That 90-90 bend, that bent arm lifts. Right to the shoulder, right to the top of the shoulder. Bring it back. Open the saloon door. So you're rotating. I'm gonna drop my ring for a second so you can see what happens. I rotate from the top of the shoulder. I close that rotation and then I lift my elbow to bring that bent arm at underarm height. Bring it down. Open your saloon door from the top of the shoulder. Keep the elbow close to the body and bring the elbow up. Okay, that's your movement right there. We got 4 more of those. You're gonna open, bring it back, and lift. Good, 3 more. We're gonna dig deeper here. Each move is gonna have a hold, and it's gonna get a little bit spicy. A little bit spicy through that left side. Good, now remember, your navel is pulled up and in because that arm is not meant to work alone. We want the core engagement there. Good, you guys, hinge it up. Now on your next saloon door, you're gonna open and you're gonna hold. Okay, now we're gonna extend that left arm out. All this work is really good for the rotator cuff. We're gonna take that left arm and we're gonna twist it. And I want you to think about the rotation of the pinky finger. If your dumbbell has bells on either side of the weight, I want you to think about the rotation of the bell of the weight. Wrapping it all the way around and we're rotating right from the top of the shoulder so you get that twist all the way from the top of the arm out the fingertips. I like to keep my fingertips long so I'm not gripping the weight with my palm. All right, let's go. We got 3. Good, staying upright with that ring. Relax the booty. Think of those inner thighs pulling up along the spine. Good, last twist forward and back Now bring your palm so it faces forward. Pull the elbow back into your waist. Good, bring it back to that closed door. Okay, let's hinge it up and hold. Okay, 90-90 bend. Elbow is right off the underarm. We're gonna fly, and we're gonna close it. We're gonna open it, chest fly, half chest fly, right, and bring it back. Open up that door, and close it. Open, and close. We got 4 more. Open, and close. You've got 3. Try to keep that wrist in line with the elbow. Last 2, and close. Last 1. Okay, now you're gonna bring your elbow back in front of the shoulder. Lower it down. Now that arm is gonna go all the way up to an overhead press, bicep close to your ear, and then you're gonna bring it all the way back to the waist. Good, inhale all the way up to that overhead press. Bring it back to the 90-degree bend at the waist. So I'll give you a side view. You're gonna inhale all the way up by the ear. Exhale, bring it back. And remember, your navel is pulled up and in as you do this. Inhale up, length on both sides of the waistline. We stay nice and tall. Inhale, bring it up. And lower, you've got 2 more. We're gonna draw the sword with that left arm. We're gonna change the position of the ring. Good, inhale up. And exhale, lower. Now stay right here. Okay, your ring is gonna come to the top of your right shoulder. If you don't have a ring, go right like this with your right arm. Okay, so your right fingers are touching your right shoulder. Okay, that's again, just reminding us to stay tall here. Now my left hand is gonna come with the weight to the top of my right thigh. We're gonna pull the elbow up first. My palm is facing my thigh. Okay, we're gonna square off the shoulders, square off the hips. Pull that elbow up first, shoulder height, and then unfold, palm faces forward. Fold at the elbow, send it down. Good, pull it up, drawing the sword. Light hold on that ring, nothing else. Good, and again, if the fingertips without the ring, if the fingertips on the shoulders are uncomfortable, just bring your arm out into a T. So we just keep that arm lifted and elevated. Good, keep it going. Keep it going, pull that elbow up first, and then extend. You've got 4 more. Good, think about this like a 2-part movement. Even though I want it to be fluid, I want you to think about the elbow drawing up first. Good, last 3, elbow, unfold. Good, bend at the elbow, send it back down. Last 2, bend and extend. Draw that belly button up and in as you do that. When that arm goes up, the belly button goes up. Pull the elbow and extend. Bring it all the way down and send that arm all the way down. Now set your weight down right in front of you. Your ring is gonna come to your right hip, but we're gonna come to a side plank on your left arm. All right, so your left forearm is gonna come down to the mat. You have options with your legs, so let me give you those options first. You can have your feet stacked. That's the most aggressive option. If you wanna be there, get there now. Your top leg, your right leg can be in front of your left. That's your staggered stance. Okay, that's option number 2. Or you can take that bottom knee and bend it. So your knees are aligned with one another and your hips are still lifted. All the movement will be exactly the same. So pick your position and get there now. Okay, here we are. Right from here, my ring is at the top of my hip. If you don't have a ring, your arm is up in the air. We're gonna start with a pulse of the hip. 1 inch down and 1 inch up. 1 inch down and 1 inch up. You're gonna feel that left shoulder, and I want you to stay lifted out of that left shoulder. You're here for 4 and lift. Last 3, my hip is not touching the mat. That would put a little too much torque on that low back. Good, last 2. Last 1, stay lifted. If you have a ring, pulse your ring, pulse your ring. If not, just hold. Just hold right here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower all the way down. Whoo, guys. Okay, come onto your back. We're gonna do a single arm arc series. So you're gonna need that dumbbell again. Your dumbbell is gonna be in your right hand this time. So we're switching arms, okay? You're gonna come all the way down on your mat. Your ring, okay, so if you have the ring, Your ring is gonna be between your left palm and your left thigh, okay? And your right leg is gonna be in tabletop, your weight up and over your shoulder. Now, if you don't have the ring, same position, your left arm is just gonna be on the floor, okay? So if you got a ring, it's between the left thigh and the left palm. Weight up and over that right shoulder. Both legs are in tabletop. Now, if you have the ring, you are able to apply pressure to the ring, and I want you to do that so that that left transverse abdominal has to hold on to keep the knee over the hip. Okay, so I want you to apply some pressure through the ring. Right from here, keeping your head down. You're gonna inhale as you extend the right arm all the way to the floor and the right leg long. Keep the toe pointed. Bend it all the way back, lift the arm over the shoulder. Inhale, extend right leg, right arm, and bring it all the way back. Okay, so we're pressing into the ring. If you don't have a ring, you're not able to do that. You could press your palm into your thigh. Okay, that's actually a really good way to get that resistance as well without the ring. So let's do that. Let's do that on that left side. Press into your thigh with your left palm. Okay, extend and bend. All right, now we're gonna add on. You've got 2 more just like this. I want you to focus on your low back and make sure that there's no big rainbow under that low back. Okay, we wanna keep that neutral pelvis, neutral spine. On your next one, you're gonna extend the arm and the leg and hold. Now your elbow and your knee on the right. Elbow and knee bend so the weight comes up and the knee bends in. Extend the arm and the leg and lift them high. Okay, here we go. Extend them down, lower them down, arm and leg. Your elbow is connected to the floor. Bend your elbow, bend your knee. Extend your elbow, extend your knee, and lift. Guys, I'm gonna move around so you can see my leg and my arm. You keep going. You're applying pressure to that left thigh. Okay, you're lowering that leg. You bend at the elbow, bend at the knee. Extend the elbow, extend the knee, and lift. Lower. Long leg, long arm. Bend at the elbow, bend at the knee. Extend at the elbow, extend at the knee, and lift. Whew, we got 4 more. Press into your thigh on that left side. Bend, and extend, and lift. You've got 3 more. Bend, you should feel your left tricep pressing into that ring. Extend, and lift. You've got 2 more. Lower, keep that neutral spine, neutral pelvis. Bend, extend, and lift. 1 more. Lower, bend, extend, and lift. Now you're gonna lower 1 more time. Lower and hold. This time your arm is hovering over the floor. Press into your ring or into your thigh. Press right there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it all the way in. Whew. Okay, set your weight down. Your ring is coming between your ankles. Okay, now you can do this without your ring too. You might feel your hip flexors, and I'll speak to that as we work if you feel like they're gripping. Okay, ring is coming above the bones of your ankle. All right, you're gonna bring your legs into tabletop. Your hands are gonna go behind your head. Okay, so we're gonna cradle the skull, all right? We're gonna find 1 ab curl, but before you do that, I want you to find your neutral pelvis, right? Low back has only that fingertip space between you and the mat. Your knees are aligned directly over your hips, hip bones are shining up. Ribs are closed. Okay, we're 1 ab curl. On your exhale, we're gonna traction that skull up and back. You're gonna hold your ab curl. Okay, we're gonna work through the lower half here. You're gonna inhale those legs all the way long, and now we're gonna hinge them up and over the hips, and we're gonna lower them to that 45. Inhale up and over the hips, hinge them to that 45. Okay, so we've done this on the reformer. And it's basically the same movement, except your body has to work a whole ton harder on the mat. All right, now if you don't have a ring, chances are your hip flexors are really gonna wanna take over here. Okay, so what I want you to think about is taking breaks. Okay, after we're done this hinge sequence, you might wanna pull and hug your knees in for a brief moment. Okay, inhale, open and close. Your legs can also be glued together if you don't have a ring. Okay, all right, last two. Good, inhale, lengthen to that 45. Keep that low back close to your mat. The low back should be on the mat with this ab curl. Okay, last one, you're gonna hold your 45-degree angle. If you need a minute, hug your knees. Otherwise, you're gonna bend your knee in like you're sitting in a chair. Inhale, send them out. Exhale, bend them in. Inhale, send them out. Now your feet are flexed. I want you to make sure that when you come in, your knees are stopping over your hips, not over your belly button. No, over your hips. Okay? Inhale out. Exhale, bend. You've got 4. Inhale out, low back is on the mat. And bend. Last 3. And bend. You've got 2. Hang on to this, keep that ab curl. Whew. On your next one, you're gonna hold your legs bent. Okay? Pulse your ring. Squeeze your ring. If you don't have a ring, okay, I want you to think about sending your heels 1 inch forward and 1 inch back. Opening up the front of your hips just a little bit, okay? Otherwise, you're squeezing on your ring for 4, 3, 2. Okay, guys, last thing. Inhale those legs all the way out. Keep your ab curl. You're gonna take your legs, rotate them in, rotate them out. Internal and external rotation from the top of your hip. I'm gonna give you a front view. I know you don't really wanna look at me right now, but you've got the internal, external. My feet, you're gonna notice, are turning in and out, but it's rotating from the top of the hip for 4. Woo! Good, you guys. Last 3, you've got this. Last 2, and last 1, come back to parallel. Release the back of your head. You're in a boat hold. I'm gonna get back on my side because you can't see me. Release the back of your head. Hold that position. You're right here for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and pull it all the way in. Hug your knees. Now really hug your knees for real. And just give yourself a minute. Okay. We're doing that single arm arc on the other side. So I'm gonna flip around, but you stay how you are. This time, your right thigh, okay, is gonna have the ring. Right palm, right thigh. Your left arm has the weight, okay. We're gonna start in tabletop. Remember, if you don't have a ring, you are pressing into your thigh with your palm. Okay, here we go. Keeping the head down this time. Keep that low back from making a rainbow. Press into your ring. Inhale, lower the arm, lower the leg. Exhale, bring it back. Good, inhale, point your toes on this one. Lengthen and bring it back. Whew, okay, so this is not easier. It's just different, right? So I know those abdominals are tired. Hang on with me through this sequence, okay? Because we're gonna get out of it. We'll get back into that side plank, okay? Hang on. You're here for 3 more. Inhale, lengthen out. We're keeping the head down on this sequence. Exhale, pull it back. Last 2. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring it back. Woo! Last 1. Hold it down there. My left elbow is connected to the floor. I'm gonna bend my knee, bend my elbow. Extend my elbow, extend my knee, and lift my long arm and leg. Good, lower my long arm and leg. Bend the elbow, bend the knee. Extend and lift. Woo, press into your ring. Don't forget about pressing into that right thigh. All right, we got it, we got this. We got this. Inhale, lift, you've got 4 more. Lower, bend, extend, and lift. You've got 3 more. Press into your ring. Lower, Bend and extend. Whoo! And lift. You've got to. We can do this. We're so close. Bend the knee, bend the elbow, extend and lift. You've got one more just like that. Lower, keep that low back kissing the ground. Good, and extend and lift. Now you're gonna lower the arm and leg, and this time the arm is gonna hover over the mat. Hold, press into your ring or into your thigh for 8, for 7, for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it all the way in. Oh, okay, set your weight down. You're coming onto your right forearm, okay? Rolling onto that right side. Let's make sure I didn't forget anything. Yes, we're good, okay. All right, guys, we're super close. Okay, your right forearm is down. Your right elbow under the shoulder, okay? Now, remember you have options with your legs. You're either stacked, okay? Staggered, your left foot is in front, or your bottom knee is bent, knees tracking, okay? Find your position. Get there now. That right elbow is under the shoulder. We are lifted up through the pelvis. Ring is at the top of your hip bone, right where your arm is in the air. You're gonna pulse your hips first. 1 inch down and up. Nothing changes with the stability of the shoulder girdle, right? We keep the chest open. If your neck bothers you in this position, look at your palm. Take a gentle glance down at your palm. All right, you're here for 4, whew. Last 3, 2, last 1. Stay here. Pulse your ring if you have your ring. Otherwise, you're just gonna hold the plank for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it all the way down. Okay, guys, kneeling on our knees. We got that single arm work. That for the first few sequences, we did them already. So we got only one more thing after this. The ring is gonna start at your solar plexus, okay, base of the ribs. Left arm is gonna encircle the ring. Again, if you don't have a ring, that left arm can be, what did I say? Can be, oh, on your shoulder, I think is what I said, or your hip. Either place is fine, okay? Now, from here, your right arm is in that 90-90 bend, right at the waistline, okay? I'm gonna start right here so you can see that side profile. We're gonna open from the top of the shoulder, open that saloon door, bring it back, and that 90-90 hinge is gonna come up off the shoulder. Good, and bring it down. Good, open up that door, keep the 90-degree bend as you hinge the elbow up off the shoulder, and bring it down. Good, now you're stopping that elbow at underarm height. We're not going any higher than that. I want you to feel the shoulder blade glide up and down the back of the rib cage. Good, all this work is super wonderful for that rotator cuff. Those 4 little small muscles, they all combined right there at the shoulder. They like lightweight, more reps. Lightweight, lots of reps. Heavyweight, no, we can't take it. Okay, so these are endurance. This is an endurance muscle group. Open. Now that belly button's pulled up and in because we want that core engaged. That's holding us upright. Okay, we're not gripping the booty. You've got 3. And hinge. I want you to think of that pulling up of the inner thighs just like suspenders. 2. And hinge. We got that twist coming up. Okay, open up the arm. Bring it back. Lift. Whew. Okay, one more full one. Open up the door. Close the door. Hinge it up. Bring it down. Now we're gonna open up the door. Open up that saloon door. Extend the arm. My palm is forward. Okay, my palm or my weight is at underarm height. I'm gonna twist and spiral the bell of that weight all the way around. But I'm rotating the arm, just like we did when we worked on the legs just a second ago. We're rotating from the top of the shoulder. Okay, looks like the leg rotates from the top of the hip. It's not just the wrist or elbow down. Good, find that big rotation. Whoo! We're here for 6. And twist, sculpting. Right? 5. Nice sculpting those arms for the summer. Right? 4. Sneaking up fast. Gets faster every year. 3. Good. Last 2. Oh, there goes my watch. See, every time I teach Pilates, my watch talks to me. I don't know what this is about. Good, on the next one, your palm is facing forward. Pull your elbow into your waist, hold it there. Come back to your hinge, all the way up, and we're gonna fly. Open up that forearm and close. Okay, so you're holding the 90-degree angle now. Opening to the field goal and coming back. Open and close, and I want you to feel your back body. Feel that rotation back there. Feel the shoulder blade, okay, floating on the rib cage. That's really all it's doing. It doesn't have much to hold it there. Good, last 4. And back, inhale, open for 3. Exhale to close. Feel those inner thighs pull up along your spine. Last 2. All right, you guys, on the next one, you're gonna hold it closed. Bring the elbow down. There's no swinging here. I want you to take that 90-90 bend and come all the way up to an overhead press. And bring it all the way back to the 90-degree bend. Good, you're going all the way up, overhead press, bicep by the ear, and then all the way back down to your 90-90. Inhale up, exhale lower. And every time that arm goes up, so does the belly button. It pulls up between those ribs and right out the shoulder blades. Good, let's go for 6 and bring it down. Woo. Last 5 and bring it down. We've got 4 more. Inhale up. We got a nice stretch sequence. We got one last plank and a nice stretch sequence to end things today. It's Sunday, right? We deserve a little stretch. Last 2. I think we're on 2. Good. Last 1. We got drawing the sword next. Bring it all the way down. Now that ring is going to the top of your left shoulder, okay, or your fingertips are on your shoulder, or your arm is in a T, your choice, okay. Your right arm, we're gonna take that palm and face the top of the left thigh, so right underneath that ring. From here, we're gonna draw the elbow up first, so on your exhale, you're gonna pull that elbow up, inhale, open up the weight. Bend at the elbow, fold it down. Good, inhale, up with the elbow, extend, bend, and lower. You got this. Pull it up, extend, bend, and lower. 4 more. Pull it up through the elbow first, extend, nice fluid movement, bend, and lower. Last 3, inhale up and out, bend, and lower. You've got 2 more. Stay tall on this. Think about those inner thighs. Right, pull that belly button up and in. You've got one last one. Pull the elbow up, extend, bend it in, and down, and set your weight down. Set your weight on the floor. Okay, that ring. You really don't need your ring at all for this, but because we have it, we're gonna use it. Ring down on the mat. Your forearms are gonna, oh sorry, actually we're gonna start on our hands. Hands are gonna come either side of your ring. Okay, that's just gonna give you, again, a tactile cue. You don't need the ring. Otherwise, you're in a normal plank. You're gonna extend those legs all the way out to your very best plank. Your feet are hip width apart. Okay, we're gonna draw that belly button up and in. We're gonna pull the collarbone wide and breathe into the back of our ribs. From here, you're gonna press your hips up and back. So on your exhale, reaching your sitting bones back, your biceps are gonna frame your ears. You're in a down dog. Reach your heels for the floor. Okay, now you're gonna lift your heels back up. Lift your heels up and roll through the length of your spine back to your plank and give me 1 push-up. Bend and press. Press to your down dog. Inhale, reach those hips, or sorry, exhale, reach those hips up and back. Biceps frame the ears, reach your heels for the floor. Lift onto the balls of your feet, roll through the length of your spine. 1 push-up. You can always drop to your knees for the push-up, and I'll show you that on this next one. Exhale, up and back, reach through the sitting bones. Heels for the floor. Lift your heels up, roll through the length of your spine, hold your plank. If you want your knees down for your push-up, drop them here, just bend at the knees, press up, lift your knees, press back to that down dog. You've got 2 more. Heels reach for the floor. Lift to the balls of your feet, roll through the length of your spine, find your plank. 1 push, knees or toes. Press back through your sitting bones. Reach your heels for the floor. Roll onto the balls of your feet, length of the spine, find your plank. 1 push. Hold it. Drop to your forearm. So you're gonna lower your right forearm and your left forearm. You're still on the outer line of that ring. From here, we got a little spiral through the hips. We're gonna twist to the right and to the left. Little hip dips, little hip twists. You're twisting from your waistline. Again, my hip is not reaching the floor. It's a little tight twist right through the waist. Hip bone dips a little bit to the right and then a little to the left. To the right and to the left. And I'm breathing into my back body to stay lifted so those shoulder blades don't wing out. You're here for 4, twist, and 3, and twist. This is the end of it. Last 2, last 1. Hold your plank through center, hold and breathe for 4, for 3, for 2, and knees down, guys. Whew. Get the ring out of the way just for a second. Sit back into your hips. Your knees are gonna go wide, the width of the mat. Find that nice child's pose, you earned it. Ooh, you earned it, okay. Since we wrapped up with those hip dips, we're gonna take our left hand over to the left side of the mat, and our right hand is gonna come on top of the left hand, and you're gonna reach your right sitting bone back towards the right corner of the mat. Hold that stretch there, and just let yourself relax in this. You're here for 3, for 2. Good, walking your hands through center, taking your right hand over to the right side of the mat. Your left hand's gonna come on top of the right. Reach that left sitting bone away from your palms and breathe. Again, meant to be a feel good, not meant to be tough. 3, 2, good. Coming all the way back up, we're gonna grab our ring. Okay, you're gonna lie on your back. Now, if you don't have a ring, I'm gonna walk you through this just with your own body weight, okay? All right, all the way down on your back. You're gonna take both legs up over your hips, okay? And your feet, the balls of your feet are gonna go into your ring. Other hand on the opposite side of that squishy pad. And you're gonna draw your legs closer to your chest. Keep your knees extended, don't bend your knees, okay? And you're gonna peel the tailbone off the floor. So you get a nice stretch through the back of the leg. Now, keep staying that stretch, okay? If you don't have a ring, your legs are up, you can grab on to your calves or the back of your knees, wherever you feel comfortable, and just gently draw the legs towards your chest, okay? You're gonna get a nice stretch through the back of the leg and you're gonna lift that tailbone. Flex your feet. So the great thing about the ring in this stretch is that it keeps your feet flexed for you, and that way you get lots more length down the back of the leg. So that's why I like the ring here, but you don't have to have it. Okay, you could also use a TheraBand here to help you. 3, 2, good. Relax the tailbone back to the floor. Let's take the right leg out of the ring, but keep the left leg in the ring. So same thing if you don't have a ring, you're gonna draw that leg closer to the chest. Now this time, you've got one leg down, right? So you're in a scissored stance. The tailbone can't lift in the same way. Okay, so I want you to think about opening up the front of that right hip as you lengthen through the back of that left leg. Again, if you don't have the ring, you're flexing your foot sincerely and drawing that leg closer to the chest. For 4, good, last 3, last 2. Relax that leg a bit. Now keep your left hand in the ring, right hand comes to the floor. You're gonna open up that left leg, that inner thigh is gonna shine towards the ceiling. So that left leg is going out to the left. Now, if you don't have a ring, it's gonna be a little bit more challenging because you don't have the support. Both arms are on the ground. You're gonna open up that inner thigh, but try not to let your right hip roll over. This is a little bit more work without the ring, okay? You're gonna feel that strength set in to hold that leg out there. Last 4, good, you've got 3, 2, come all the way back through center, switch your hands. Right hand takes the ring, left hand to the floor, and you're gonna take that leg across the midline, so over to the right side. Your left hip will peel off the mat, and that's great, let it lift. If you don't have the ring, same thing, arms are flat, alongside the body, and you're gonna take that ring. Again, flex your foot. That is the part that's key here. If your foot is pointed, you're not gonna get the same stretch. Flex your foot, reach with your heel, let your hip peel off for 4, for 3, for 2. Bring that leg back up over the hip, and let's switch it out. Left leg comes to the floor. Right leg comes into the ring, okay? Draw that ring closer to the chest. Give yourself a nice stretch off through the back of that leg. My right leg is super tight right now, guys, so this guy's gonna hurt a little bit. All right, hold it. Foot is flexed, that's the key. For 3, for 2, open up the back of the knee. You wanna get to that little tremble. That's a good thing. Keep your right hand in the ring, take your left hand out, and you're gonna open up your inner thigh to the right side, okay? That left hip stays down. Hold that stretch there for 4, for 3, for 2. Come all the way back through center, switch your hands, left hand to the ring, right hand to the floor. Take that flexed foot across the body. Okay, that's your key. Even without that ring, you want to flex, flex, flex that foot. The right hip is going to peel off the mat, and that's totally cool. We're stretching the IT band. This is usually a little bit tight in everybody, but it's a really important stretch through the lateral line. For 4, for 3, last 2. Come back through center. Get rid of the ring. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice little hug. Rock your spine side to side. You made it all the way through. Whew. We're gonna bring our feet flat to the floor. Roll up, grab onto the outer line of your legs. Okay, we're gonna stand, feet underneath your hips. You're gonna hang down over those soft knees. And on your inhale, relaxing the head, neck, and shoulders, you're gonna snap that spine, one vertebrae at a time. Head is the last thing up. Guys, nice job. You made it all the way through. Whew.